I'm not taking a break. I mean, by the time you're watching this, it's Friday. I've already watched Hilda Season 3 by now. But, except I haven't, because I'm recording this on the same day, the same night, honestly, that I did the Deer Fox episode. So, we're gonna look at some elephants now. There are not as many as I thought. I could've sworn I made more. Anyway, let's just jump right into it. Because elephants have been... Remember when they first added the Wooly Mammoth and it was really strong? That was very cool. But just like a lot of creatures, when the raid update came in, so many things got nerfed beyond oblivion, up to the point where Mammoth is no one cares about the Mammoth. Its hybrids suck. It sucks. No one uses Mammoth anymore. But we'll buff Mammoth when we get to the Mammoth. Also, you can see here... Okay, so obviously I'm not going to talk about, those two, because this guy covered in another video, and that guy is just part of a personal project that I'm not talking about. So that honestly leaves us with 7 mammoths. What have I been doing? Am I really going to make a video out of 7 mammoths? Or elephants? Yes, I am. Here's the Mastodon, which is... I'm honestly so surprised that we only have 2 canon elephants in JWA. The only other elephant in JWA is a hybrid. There's only 3 elephants. What the heck? Cleansing Strike, Ferocious Rampage, max, like, just basic health tank stats. I labeled it as a wild card, but I could honestly pass this off as a resilient, because, really, Ferocious is just the only fierce move here. But pretty simple for a... just an elephant. I gave it bleed immunity because in the past, Mammoth did have bleed immunity, and I want to bring that back to the elephants. Here's Dinotherium, which also has the bleed immunity. I didn't change any of your abilities, but I did give you critical counter strike, so you can give off a little more damage than you normally would. And that would just, I think that's just enough to help Dinotherium really make a difference in this game. I didn't touch Dinotherium's hybrids because I think I covered them already in the Wolf episode. And before you ask why I didn't add an elephant like Platybelodon, that's because I feel like those guys are... Platybelodon is smaller and worthy of having its own animation, just like how small Spinosaurs have their own animation, and small Theropods, and small Pachycephalosaurs. You get the idea. All different animations from the normal elephant, which, you know, the fact that they gave Baryonyx a different animation from the Spinosaurus was just legendary, and what's made this game really special to me. But now, there's no effort anymore. Megalania was the last new animation they gave us, and it was broken. It doesn't even have, like, the animations are kind of wonky in the way I see it, and the sound design is non-existent. It literally just has bear and triceratops sounds, which is dumb. Wooly Mammoth, you need love, buddy. I tried to bring back your former glory. You have group armor-piercing rampage, ferocity on escape, and just a bunch more damage and health, just because, and bleed immunity, because, Mammoth, buddy, you used to dominate, and while this probably won't help you dominate that much, at least it's something. I just want Mammoth to be good again. That's it. Next we have one of its many hybrids, Sintomoth, which is, again, hopefully I remember to pull up an image of Mandamar's redesign of the Sintomoth, because that's a much better design than what we got here, which is just Manny with a mohawk. That's it. Not even a mohawk, just like a tomahawk chucked into his brain, suffering permanent brain damage. Did I give you any new abilities? I gave you armor-piercing counter to reference your armor-piercing rampage ancestry. That's about it. I also boosted your damage to heck because I remember when I saw the buff, I was like, oh my gosh, this thing is actually usable now. But then I actually used it in battle and it healed such a pathetic amount of damage. I'm like, wow, never mind. It sucks. Honestly, I could have just swapped out Group Persistent Strike for a better Ferocious move, but I left it the way it is because I already boosted your damage so much, so it's fine. I also gave you Bleed Immunity because it just makes sense. And that's it. That's it for the canon mammoths, so let's get into my other mammoths, starting with Mastegodon, which is Mastodon plus Stegosaurus. Persistent Ferocious Strike, Shield Antagonizer, Ferocious Rampage, Bellowing Impact, Accelerating Counter, and Bone Break, as well as a fair amount of resistances. There's its stats, and here's a description, because like I said, I'm adding descriptions again. A lumbering giant covered in plates and spikes, Mastegodon give off an intimidating presence, but it's all a bluff. It's completely incapable of using its Antagonizer, and almost nothing can attack it from above, rendering the plates useless. So, yeah, basically my idea is that this is an elephant covered in stegosaur plates and a stegosaur spike tail, but because elephant tails are already so small, it ends up with a pretty pathetic looking tail that it can't really use in battle, and often sometimes pokes itself in the butt. And the plates, it's already such a big animal, nothing is going to be able to attack it from above. So those plates are literally just slowing it down. So I've literally just made a tragic elephant. Maybe that's why there aren't any elephant hybrids, because, yeah. But we want more elephants, man! And here we have... Oh, wait, I haven't even talked about its hybrid here. Its component, which is Paleoloxodon Pneumaticus. This guy's gotten a lot of attention lately, especially because of Goji Center's video where it fights the T-Rex. I never knew this creature existed until I watched that video, and now I'm a huge fan of it. What a mouthful of a name, though. Just calling it the Paleo was easy enough. So, if anything should be worthy of the title of Omega, it's this thing. Honestly, I wouldn't even mind if this guy just came in as a regular unique, because it's actually worthy of that title. It's like one of the biggest mammals in existence, so of course it should be worthy of being called a unique. But I labeled it as an Omega because I have a different unique in mind. It has health, damage, no speed, good armor. What? Oh, okay. I for a second I confused it for critical damage, but that's its critical chance. Oh my gosh, I just realized how much damage I gave it. Persistent Ferocious Strike, Armor-Piercing Impact. So when you first unlock it, it's going to be like, oh, just some pretty weak abilities. And then you unlock these two abilities. Bigfoot Assault I got from Plankton, or Paris, as well, which is from the Seismosaurus, the Dinosaur King, one of the Dinosaur King moves. Cruelty I made for something that I don't remember. Either way, it has two 100% stun abilities here, which is just like one act first, one act later. It's crazy. This thing, I didn't realize how OP I made this thing until I remembered what these abilities did. Either way, it makes sense because it's a giant super elephant. Of course it's gonna have super abilities. Not immune to bleed, because look at that health. That would be too mean if it was. I didn't give it a description either, because Paleoloxodon, you know. Everyone knows who Paleoloxodon is, but here is Paleospinos, combination of Paleoloxodon and Amargaspinos. Yes, that Amargaspinos from Chaos Effect. Heavy Devour Strike, Lethal Rend, Bigfoot Assault, Cruelty, again, okay, I just swapped out the two basic abilities with two of Amargaspinos' abilities, and I also reduced its critical chance and damage, so yeah, that's fine. Ferocious Counter and Wounding No Escape. I didn't even realize that. I didn't even give Amargaspinos Wounding No Escape. I had to add it myself. Some questionable resistances. This colossal mammal has rigid spikes growing out of its trunk. It uses these to assist in fishing, as the Spinosaur ancestry allows it to consume fish. So just imagine a giant elephant, Paleoloxodon, but it has like small, tiny, jagged ridges running down its trunk, as well as the Amargasaurus spikes and the Spinosaurus sail, and you just have this monster of a beast. I probably should have nerfed its speed, because this thing's probably not going to be running anytime soon. But that's it. That's all the elephants I added. I could have added more, like the steppe mammoth, or I could have just done research and found any other mammoth to add, but I'm pretty satisfied with the elephants I got here. Considering we only have 3, adding, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 more elephants is enough for now. I did not make an apex elephant. Oh dear. Well, that's because I'm pretty sure I would have made it a joke. I would have just said it's Babar from Babar. Anyway, guys, that's all for this episode. Next episode, next week, hopefully, Shere Khan should be out in Disney Hero, so that I should expect that video to be out. And, don't quote me on that, just in case I'm wrong. As well as, the rhinos. That's going to be the next JWA Fixes video. which will come out next week, Monday, Wednesday, I don't know. Probably not Friday, though. I think I have a different video planned for Friday. I'm not sure. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. See you when I do the rhinos. Goodbye.